In this video lesson, we will learn about interval notation. So, what exactly do we mean by interval notation? To understand this better, we'll just start with a simple inequality. That is, we'll start with x is strictly less than 3. First, we're going to draw the number line, and we're going to draw on this number line what x less than 3 means. So here's the number line, and what it really is just, it's a line, and we mark 0 or some other number, and then everything else is relative to 0. So here I marked 3 to the right of 0, and x less than 3 is everything to the left of 3. Now notice, we don't want to include 3 itself because x is strictly less than 3, so we put an open circle on the 3. So this is an interval. That is what we mean by an interval. And this interval we would write down as -infinity, 3. With regular parentheses, notice. The endpoints are 3, and well, to the left there isn't really an endpoint, it just goes down to -infinity without stopping. So that's why we write -infinity. Let's take a look at a similar inequality that is not quite the same. X is less than or equal to 3. The difference is, of course, the or equal to part, the little underline under the inequality sign. So first, of course, we'll draw this number line. And we're going to mark 0 just as an important point. And we're going to mark 3 because that's one of our endpoints. And we have x less than or equal to 3, so we can mark all the points to the left of 3. And then how do we mark the 3 itself? Well, this time we're including the 3. We have less than or equal to. So we're going to make a solid dot as opposed to the open dot. So really, if you just have strict less than or a strict greater than, you have an open circle, and a less than or equal to or greater than or equal to has a filled in circle. This interval would be written as -infinity, 3, but this time with a square bracket by the 3. Now notice the difference again. Before, we just had regular parentheses. That's because the 3 was not included. Now we have a bracket by the 3, and this is because the 3 is included in the set, in the interval. An important rule to remember is that infinity will always have just an ordinary parenthesis by it. That's because you can't really have infinity in the set. Infinity is not a number. The -infinity, or you could also have a positive infinity, just means that the set never ends and keeps going on forever. There is no end. So you can't have it in the interval, so you have to mark it with a regular parenthesis. So now let's take a look at some different examples that make use of interval notation. So say you have the problem, draw -1, 3 with those brackets, the square bracket on the left and the parenthesis on the right. So let's draw this number line first. And always draw 0 on the number line. Now the endpoints are -1 and 3, so we should draw them as well. Now let's think about what this interval notation actually means. It's telling us that that interval is the same as -1 less than or equal to x strictly less than 3. Again, less than or equal to because of the square bracket on the left, and strictly less than 3 because of the regular parenthesis on the right. So what this means is that we have a filled in circle, a filled in dot on the left, and an open dot on the right, and of course everything in between. So there we have drawn that interval. So let's take another example. Square bracket -2, comma, -1, square bracket. So of course we want the number line. And as before, we're going to mark 0 on it. And the two endpoints are -2 and -1, so of course it's a good idea to have them drawn on there. Now again, let's think what this interval means. It means that -2 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to -1. We have two less than or equal to's because of these square brackets. So we have filled in dots. And everything in between, of course. So there we have drawn the set as well. Thank you for watching this video lecture. I hope it helped.